The instruments featured in this Hello My Name Is video series are brought to you by Medline, Koenig, and First.
Hello, my name is Metzenbaum Dissecting Scissors. And today we're going to be looking at a particular model of these Metzenbaum scissors, a straight length of 7-inch blunt tungsten carbide edged scissor. So let's take a look here out of the package. All right, so that is your Metzenbaum dissecting scissor. In terms of identifying the measurements, you are going to be measuring from the handles to the working end or the distal tip, as we call it. All right, so again, this is going to be 7 inches, and we are dealing with a straight model. So if you look at that head on here, that's a straight blade. You do see Metzenbaum scissors that come in a variation that has a curved cutting edge there. So just keep in mind if you're looking for a straight or curved model. I mentioned in the intro that this is a blunt model. So what that means is on both of your scissor tips here, it's a blunted edge. There will be scissors that you come across that have a sharp edge or a sharp tip, depending on the particular model of scissor that your provider wants to use. But this variation here is a blunt. So when you see that description, blunt or blunt sharp or sharp, that's what you're talking about. You may be thinking, hey, all scissors are sharp. Who wants a blunt scissor? Well, they're not talking about the actual cutting edge. You're talking about that tip there. And depending on the specific application that these scissors are going to be used in the operated room, that will determine what style tip and configuration of tip that they want. So this is a blunt. I also mentioned that this is a tungsten carbide. I know this keeps coming up again and again on these videos, but we're gonna keep drilling it in. If you hear tungsten carbide, or if you see a golden handle, that should be tipping you off to look somewhere on this instrument for a tungsten carbide application or insert. And almost always, I can't think of any exceptions, but I don't want to say for sure never, but almost always that tungsten carbide is going to be on the working edge of the device. If it's a scissor, it's going to be in the blades. If it's a forceps, it's going to be at the distal tip of that forceps somewhere, oftentimes like on the platform, etc. But on our scissors here, specifically for the Metzenbaums, we're going to be looking then for a tungsten carbide insert. Depending on the manufacturer, sometimes it's easier to see those inserts, like it really is. It becomes a darker blade, but sometimes it's kind of hard to actually see the insert portion of it. But rest assured, if you got gold handles, then in this blade, you're going to have tungsten carbide in there, which gives it a stronger, longer lasting blade edge. The difference, though, that you'll see in the variations of scissors, you do see what's called the super cut scissor, and that will have a black handle instead of a gold handle. And that is actually a different blade configuration. We'll cover that another time specifically, but just keep in mind that they are different style handles. Not only mean that there's something else insert wise going on, but it also means that there's a different cutting action that's going on. To round this particular scissor out, it is important for you to know for those Metzenbaums, this is out of your most common scissors that you see. I'd probably put them together like 1, 2, 3. You're going to be seeing bandage scissors, you're going to be seeing Mayo scissors, and you're going to be seeing these Metzenbaum scissors, also known sometimes colloquially as just Metz scissors. And when you see these are going to be more of those narrow bladed narrow handle scissors. When you go up to the Mayo scissors, that's where you start getting some of the chunkier handles and blades. And then of course the banded scissors are very identifiable, and we'll cover that in another video. So this is a Metzenbaum Dissecting Scissor, straight, a length of 7 inches with the blunt tips and the tungsten carbide inserts on your blades. As you're inspecting, make sure to test your scissor sharpness with your testing material, whatever it is that you use. Typically it's some kind of thermal band type latex type material. And when you're testing the functionality of your scissors, make sure that you're not testing all the way up here at that hinge. When you're using scissors traditionally to cut paper, that's where your cutting is, up there at the edge. In the operating room, they're actually using the very tip of those scissors. So you want to be especially testing the sharpness of that last quarter to last third of the scissor tip. And you're going to want to test, yes, does it cut through that tested material, but also does it cut smoothly. And even if it cuts smoothly through the material, if you feel in that cutting motion some kind of catch along the way or some resistance, that's cueing you that there's something not okay about that scissor. It could be a burr in the tip, it could be something else that's going on in that box lock area. So definitely pay attention not only to the material itself, does it cut through, but also in that action. Use your sense of touch and feel the smoothness of that cut. And it should be a smooth action all the way from beginning to end. Okay, that is your Metzenbaum Dissecting Scissor. Thank you as always for tuning in to this episode of Hello, My Name Is. And until next time, keep fighting dirty.